Alright guys, just gonna make a quick video here, go over some of the things that we've got in the game. Hopefully this will be helpful to any of the new players that have been joining us and any of the existing players too. Hopefully there's a few things in here that I've learned that I can share with you. Um, First thing is I got a couple of videos out there already, one going over the radio and then the other for changing some of the key bindings within the game. So we talk about the self-interaction key, the interaction key, and then changing the medical menu. So if that is something that you haven't done and it's something you're interested in, please check out those videos. But as far as this goes, I'm just going to run with how I have it configured for myself. And like I said, you can always reference back to those videos. But typically, this type of thing is always our arsenal. You can run up to it, do the interaction key, go into arsenal, and then you've got your different weapons, launchers, uniforms, backpacks, vests. The big thing there is, once you select these items, so you give yourself a backpack, then you can come over on the right side and you've got these buttons that will specify what kind of items, miscellaneous items, explosives, optics, that type of stuff. So in here you'll want to gather medical stuff, something maybe pertaining to your job class, whatever you're doing. But a big one is going to be this Galaxy S20 Tactical Edition tablet. That's really something I would like to see us start using on a regular basis. It's quite handy, actually. You can see here I've got GameDog in my group, and I can bring up H. Control H makes it large like this, and you can see he was in the number 2 position, and you can now see him shown here. And then Alpha 2-1 is depicted by Digital, and the nice thing about it is he can go into your group name and you can actually change it in there, and it will reflect on other tablets, other players' tablets. One thing that you do have to remember is it won't the other players won't show until they've actually opened and executed the tablet. So right there, I just changed Mountain 2-1 for Digital. It's now showing there, and if we zoom out we can see it. As I said, I can move around. It will show me, and then it will show your other members on your team. If they change colors, that will also be shown on the tablet as well. And then in here, you also have the ability to come in if points of interest that you want to mark, it is shared amongst all the tablets across the way. So you could come in and if you had a casualty, you could mark it there. Then everybody on your team, or actually anybody in with a tablet, could see that mark, and you could get the medics to move to him. Simply hover over it, delete it. Again, double click. You've got quite a large selection here. You can pick what they are: squad, section, platoon, patrol, single. Again, if you need to specify what they are: mortar, movement, which direction they're moving in, if they're stationary. So like that. And anybody will be able to see it. Like I said, they can also come in and delete it. If you ever needed, for some reason, I can set this singular stationary, put that rifleman there. I can also do a shift and a left click, and that will actually put a waypoint on there. So if you close out of this, press J, and that'll refresh that for you. So your markers will actually fade out over a period of time, just so that they don't take up the space on your screen. But you can always press J and it'll just refresh it. But then you can go into your regular map, and it's on the map as well. So if for some reason you had somebody that put a marker on the regular map and you wanted to get it to transfer over, you can just you could click on it there, close out of the map, go back in here, and you'll see your marker there as well. So that's very helpful for anybody that is using, somebody that's flying like a drone, because you can map salute to that spot, and then you can identify what the target is that somebody else had marked. It's a really cool tool, and I'm hoping that we can use it. So if anybody's got any questions or anything, please feel free to reach out on me on that. Let's see, I'm trying to look at some of the other things I've got. Oh, the view distance. So if you do the self-interaction key, come down to view distance. This is a big one that you're going to want to have to go in and set up. What I like to typically run is about that right there. Drones in air at 10,000. You can set your grass settings to high. You can see how that changes to none. You can get rid of all the grass. So helps save on frames. So, but that's typically what I like to run right there. Okay, and another one before we head out on any kinds of mission, make sure you get Ear Pro, and I'll just show everybody where that is. It's it's pretty annoying when you're running around without ear protection. So you just, again, interaction, arsenal, go into, I mean, you can put it on in your uniform, your vest, your backpack, whatever you got, really doesn't matter. Just come in, select it, close out of it. You can do your self-interaction, earplugs, and put those in. And trust me, it really makes a big difference. Okay, so the next thing is going to be the CBRN, which is chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear, essentially hazmat. And that's going to be a big thing for the engineer. So that is going to be a job that has to be handled by the engineer. If you do your self-interaction key, you can come in and you can see your CBRN settings, tell you if you're infected or any of that type of stuff. You can see in the right hand corner we're at 0%. But now if we come in and we change our job to an engineer, and actually engineer is EOD and engineer, but now if we come back in and go to that, we should have a detector. So now we can go in and set this. Another nice thing for the engineer to have, if we ever have to go into one of these hazardous locations, you can come in, go to face wear. You've got the mask, and then under uniform, you've got the hazmat suit as well. Of course, Arma glitches out. That's awesome. This turned on. So as we approach hazardous location, we should start getting some sort of an indication. Now, for this situation here, you can see the smoke, but as we approach closer to this, we should start getting this is going to tell us we're getting close to what is actually leaking the chemical. I will turn that off because that's annoying. Alright, and then we can come up to this, and you can actually neutralize it. Again, this is strictly for an engineer. So the engineer can come up, turn this, disable it, and then over a period of time, that smoke should start clearing out, and the area should be good to go. Now then, you've got these tents that will check for contamination. Contaminated, we can come into the shower, and 20 seconds later, you'll be decontaminated. There is also a spot for vehicles right there, so you can run your vehicle through that. The vehicle will become decontaminated, and we'll be able to proceed on. Medics, as far as contamination goes, medics can take care of the contamination with, you can see here, these two items here can be given strictly by the medic. Well, actually, the plasma has to be administered by medics, and but that's for severe cases, so that will neutralize the effects of it and bring it back to normal. What else have we got? Oh, so over here I've got a couple of things, some interactions that we can use for building structures. So these are some temporary mobile structures that we can use in here. So what we've got is, this is a small checkpoint. You can always check the position first. Take a look. This is what it would look like if you deployed it in this particular position. It should disappear shortly, because again, that's just a temporary thing. If you're good with the placement, you can come in, you can deploy it. These also have arsenals built into them with a few things. So in here you can see we've got a couple searchlight and an M2 machine gun, 50 cal. And I believe under here, yeah, we've got the ammo for it as well. So let's see what I've got on me. I've got this backpack. The thing I would advise is, if you are carrying a backpack, drop it on the deck first before you grab one out of the arsenal, because otherwise your backpack will get put in the arsenal and all the stuff it'll just disappear. By this way, you can go into arsenal. Doesn't look like you have a backpack at all. You're going to need two pieces. You'll need the 50 cal, and then you'll need the tripod. Same thing for the searchlight. You've got a bag, and then you've got the actual pod that it stands on. So close out of that, run over here, drop it on the deck, and run back. Wheel mouse, come up, you should be able to do assemble static. Now you got your machine gun. You can do the interaction key, you can check the ammo on it, but when these are built, they should have no ammo in them. Interaction key, you can get into it. Again, nothing, so you'll want to get out of there. You can go back, pick up your backpack if you had one. Otherwise, there is a backpack here that you can, the 3-day, you can pick up and go into magazines. Should be able to, with this 3-day backpack, 3-day pack, with it being empty, you can carry 2 ammo cans of ammo for that. You can then run over. You don't have to put them on the floor or anything. You can actually load them right from your backpack. But if you've got somebody that's doing ammo runs for you, maybe a good idea to drop them. Put a couple ammo cans on the deck close by. Should be able to jump back in. Gunner. There we go. Again, interaction key. You can also carry these around. So want to move it to a better location, you can do that. Sit. Kept the same amount of ammo that you had. One thing also to note, in the upper right hand corner you can see how much ammo you have. You can also see the range in which it is zeroed in at 300 meters. So this is applicable to scopes as well. So if you need to adjust your distance on scopes, it's the page up, page down. So with these turrets, so now we're zeroed in at 1500 meters. Bring it back down. Now we're zeroed at 100 meters. Okay. Range adjustment, that's done. The only other thing to take a look at is, I'll show you the interaction to spawn vehicles. So we have the ability to, a couple of spawn zones where we can spawn. I've got planes, got drones, helicopters, and then this is vehicles. And they all pretty much work the same way. Come in, So I've got this set up where this open space is right here and this here. All of these essentially have triggers. So if you see if something's in this trigger, the computer will go away so you can't spawn anything. So if you ever come up to one of these and one of these computers is gone, there's something in the trigger. I've seen a snake set the thing off. So just check that stuff before you start freaking out as far as not being able to bring anything up. All right, so in here we can just select. So just take this transport, jump into it. So if you've ever got to move one of these things, again, just come over, interaction, you can load, then you can load it right into the truck itself. Got some supplies here. These can be loaded up into the truck as well. That if we ever have a mission that we need to bring in supplies, anything like that, these are them. Simple enough to do. Like I said, same way as that other crate. You just bring it in, you load it up, and then you can drive it wherever you need to go. Let's see, down here we've got this is medical. If you need to test out medical, just how the interaction works, you can come over here, just the wheel mouse, hit medical. You can just spawn something. It'll spawn a generate. Should guy. Is your medical interaction. There we go. And then you can start patching. Back in the command center, again, I was already over here. Area to select your job trait. So you'd be pilot. You cannot fly a aircraft except for drones without being a pilot. Medic is the only one that can pump blood and plasma, all that good stuff. And engineer is able to repair things at EOD, explosives disposal, good stuff like that. All right, let's see what else we got over here. Oh, this one here. If anybody's got a loadout that you happen to like, and you can just simply come over here, you can select the person, and you can actually grab the loadout from them, and it just shares it. This spot here, we've got a halo drop. So you wheel mouse, select your altitude that you want to jump at, and then when you close out of it, you can select your area that you want to drop. Click on it, and away you go. The wheel mouse, again, brings up the left-hand side. When you're ready, you can open up your parachute. Slowly drift back down to Earth. last thing I want to show you is there's a tablet in here. Get to vest to this LAD tablet. Self interaction, equipment. So this one. So any drone that has their laser designator turned on, you will be able to see what they see. So it's a pretty slick little device, and different vision. Alright guys, I think that's everything I wanted to cover at the moment, so if you got any questions, feel free to let me know. I can make additional videos if anybody feels I didn't cover anything enough, or they have something else they got some questions on, so just let me know. I'll see you out there. Thanks.